Ladies and gentlemen, I was listening to a left-leaning YouTuber the other day because I want to see what they think. I just want to get the opinion or viewpoint on the liberal or progressive or left-leaning or Democratic Party side pertaining to Hunter's emails. Because I can't believe they can just simply disregard all of these stories coming out of immense corruption. So the new defense is, well, okay, so there's a federal investigation into his taxes. Okay, so he didn't pay his taxes. What else is there? There are emails that show the answer to that. They're so incredulous, they can't believe that anything could be, any further questions could lead to more suspicion. For example, why all of those emails are incriminating. So, for example, one big problem with Hunter's emails is that he is stating that he gave Joe, mashed potato brains, his father, our president, half his salary. You might say, well, what's the big deal? Oh, it's nepotism. The Trump family works together. Nepotism is great. If you have a family business, fantastic. But if you are selling access to the United States government or promising influence, or if you are there, at best case scenario, if your name is Biden or Clinton and you do business with somebody, that somebody, even if the person is shady or engaged in foul play or potential criminal or corrupt activity, knows that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Central Intelligence Agency, other agencies within the United States government are going to be at least more reluctant to investigate you. If you are working with Hunter or James, okay, the president's brother, and let's say you're a sanctioned company, okay, you are at least working with the son of the vice president or the future president of the country. There's a level of protection there, or there's at least an aura that gets people to give money to the foundation, to work with Hunter and James, and for Hunter to say, and this is a quote, in addition to the quote stating, how can you use your influence on behalf of the company by people in other countries who are working with Hunter? Like literally asking him, how can you use your influence on behalf of the company paying you $80,000 a month or $50,000 a month? There's a very interesting New York Post article that I don't think's been given a lot of coverage or enough. Ben Shapiro did a great segment on it like yesterday or today. But GOP Representative Jordan, Hunter Biden text messages tie in the entire family. This was several days back, and the text is the following. I hope you can... Okay, so here, here's the text message. Where is it? It is talking about how he gives half his salary. So, quote, I hope you can do what I did and pay for everything for this entire family for 30 years. Not a problem. If you have a close-knit family, a family business, you're helping your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, fine, great. If you have the money to do so, do it. Fantastic. I'm not against that. But Hunter Biden griped to his daughter in January 2019, referring to his father, quote, it's really hard, but don't worry, unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half your salary. The salary, half of the salary is derived from multi-million-dollar, tens of millions of dollars, in some instances, hundreds of millions of dollars in deals with shell companies running as just entities directly linked to the government of China or other governments. So we know that the next question is going to be, well, so what? You can't prove that it affected official U.S. foreign policy. Every time you give a wonderful, morally superior oftentimes apoplectic, liberal Democrat, highly educated, wonderful, moral person, every time you give them actual emails, here's the DNC emails showing Bernie Sanders was cheated. Well, you can't prove they did this or that. It's like, no, it's right there. It's right there. That's why Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign, and 4 others were forced to resign. Well, Trump is worse. No, he's not. He's not, but that's okay. So you can't prove that Hunter influenced Joe to do anything. Well, here's one example. Just like when Uranium One gave money into the foundation and then President Obama didn't veto the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium capacity, you give these examples, then they say, well, you can't prove that that was directly the result. It's like, well, you know what? There are correlations made between Trump and Moscow that were completely fabricated without a shred of evidence other than dossiers and memos and papers that were literally purchased by Trump's direct political rivals. That was okay. But in action, when they have their hand in the cookie jar and they're actually typing, like Peter Strzok, we'll stop Trump, okay? And you're investigating an incoming president and you're saying we're going to stop him. That's still not enough. I mean, the text messages and emails from these people on the Democratic Party side. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. To my viewers in other countries, if you're watching in another country, thank you so very, very much. In the UK, everywhere, India, everywhere around the world, thank you for watching. Your support is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Ireland, Scotland, thank you so very, very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I just thank you so much. I have viewers in Nigeria. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you're in another country, I know this is it's late in the evening my time. It could be morning your time. So thank you. Share this segment everywhere. It's very important because people can't wrap their brains around it. The beneficial treatment, for example, Hunter's working for a company in a country now that's being invaded while mashed potato brains Biden is president, and he forces out a prosecutor. Immediately, media says, and other smart people say, well, it has nothing to do with the fact that Hunter's getting paid $50 to $80 a month to be on the board of directors. He doesn't even speak the country's language. He doesn't even know anything about oil and gas. He doesn't know anything about energy, but he's on the board of directors, so they're paying him. It's because they want access or beneficial treatment or preferential treatment, or they want the protection of working with a Biden. That's why James and Hunter make that money. If your name, it's like this. It's like this. You're working, let's just say they didn't, but he forced out a prosecutor. And while he was bragging about it, the people in the country now being invaded during his tenure stated, you could look at the video, stated, you don't have that right. And he bragged and he said, go call President Obama. I have that right. Nobody believed he had the right, even the people he was trying to strong arm and leverage. Then they said Trump did the same thing, but they didn't. Trump never actually boasted or bragged that he's doing anything. It was an ellipsis. And they eventually got the military assistance, and there was nothing within that transcript that said you will not get the military assistance if you don't do this. Literally nothing. With Joe, it is you're not getting $1 billion in loan guarantees until you do this. It was literally an ultimatum, but that's still not enough. You have millions from Uranium One, and then suddenly the deal goes through, and you know who gets 20% of U.S. uranium capacity, but it's still not enough to point to corruption. And so you can actually tell people, hey, you know what? These emails point to actual quid pro quo schemes, like illegal, corrupt, criminal schemes. And you could say, yeah, there was beneficial treatment. Yes, these things did happen. Here's an example. Then they'll move the goalposts when they always say, oh, you're moving the goalposts. These people move the goalposts. They're apoplectic. Oh, let's end the economy, and that'll be fine. Oopsie, didn't work, did it? Now you have runaway inflation. And let's do more things to hurt the economy because of you-know-what. I mean, we can go on forever. We can't speak about things, but we can go on forever. So there is a direct link between, so when people say, well, what's the big deal? Okay, so he's under federal investigation. So what? The emails, the New York Post deserves every Pulitzer Prize for the next 10 years. Okay, the Washington Post gets a Pulitzer Prize if Trump sneezes or passes gas or whatever. It's like, oh my God, Trump, Pulitzer Prize. Like, they found nothing on Trump. He's never been indicted or arrested or charged with anything. And they won't ever do that. He will never be. And I have a satirical channel, comedic channel. I'll start probably tomorrow with some satire on that channel. By the way, happy Easter to everybody. And happy Passover, Chag Sameach, to everybody celebrating Passover as I am. But happy Easter to you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're celebrating Easter, happy Easter. God bless you. And thank you for watching. But ladies and gentlemen, it's like so difficult. This is a New York Post article. This isn't the only time. 10% to H. Okay. He meant to the big man, the big guy. So you have Joe expected 10% cut deal. In Chinese giant, was expecting a 10% cut. He was involved in a deal with, and was expecting a 10% cut. So 10% for the big dude, the big person, the big guy. Here, Bublinsky meets the big guy himself. So you have an actual email, 10 held by H for the big guy, by Hunter. So the big guy is Joe. It's right there. I mean, we haven't even seen all of these emails. You have the DNC emails, the Foundation emails, Bill Clinton Inc. You have Hunter's emails. I mean, they can't type anything without the end of the world for their political chances. The epicenter of corruption is within the Democratic Party. And it's not some conspiratorial theory. It's like there were people, McCabe, Comey, Strzok, Clapper, Brennan, part of President Obama's intelligence agencies who were loyalists to the Democratic Party. You know what they're saying now about the man who found the laptop? Oh, he's a Trump supporter. Excuse me. The man who found the laptop being a Trump supporter is less important than Peter Strzok saying, we'll stop Trump. Okay? And he's part of President Obama's intelligence agency. Or, under President Obama's tenure. Or Clapper Brennan saying, we're really suspicious of Trump. Well, you're loyalists. You think they're voting Democrat or Trump Republican? Gee. So if you want to go by that standard of logic, the Mueller probe was only liberal Democrats in New York. The Southern District of New York is only going after Trump. Kinzinger and Cheney are only going to vote Democrat as opposed to Trump or DeSantis. So you're not getting any, the fact that the computer repair person that got Hunter's emails is a Trump supporter is completely irrelevant. See, there you go. I mean, it's the inability here. This is the thing. I'm not a party. I don't adhere to a political party. I like DeSantis, Trump. I also like Tulsi Gabbard. But I don't want anyone that's backed by the Lincoln Project, for example. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Read those emails that are below in the description. That's why. Those emails show clear corruption, illegal activity. We're making this money and giving money to the vice president, and nobody's knowing about it. And who knows what we're promising. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe.